Hi, my name is Michelle. Welcome to Wellsprings.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come into your beautiful Wellsprings Spa.
I am the one who should thank you. I'm really so happy to have you here, and it's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Now, the minute I walk in here, I'm put at ease because of the natural light and just the sensual experience, the beautiful flowers, and the warm and inviting staff that you have.
I'm so grateful that you're saying that, because that's what my intention was in putting this together. I work with my heart, and I want everyone who come in this place to feel comfortable and to feel happy, because it's just from our heart. All of our staff who work here, they are all think similar to the same way.
Yeah, so you're passionate and you're sharing a piece of your heart with every client that comes through, and it's definitely felt when you walk in.
To my belief, work is like worship.
Ah, I've never heard that before.
Yes.
Work is like worship.
Yes, because when we serve mankind, we are basically serving God, and that's
beautiful.
what God's intention is. So
I love that. I'm going to use that again, with your permission.
Yeah, for sure.
Work is like worship. Okay. So tell me about your background. When did you get started?
Well, I have a background of business administration from Iran. And when I came to this country, I was basically in that field of computer and accounting. I had master's in business administration background. So I worked for like almost 16 years in that field, and then I switched altogether. Switched because I happened to have a back injury, and I had a back surgery, and followed that. It was very difficult for me to sit behind the desk and do office work. And even though I didn't mind it at the time, but I didn't love it.
Okay.
So it got to a point when you get to a maturity age, like before 40 or something, you feel like you want to do something that you love. You can be your real self.
Right.
So I followed my instinct, and I quit that job. And for a few years, I had to sort of take it easy with my back. And I studied. I became my husband's assistant in his clinic because he was. We had a clinic at our home. He had a clinic, and he had so many patients with acupuncture and homeopathy. And he was very successful. Very soon, within 6 months or 7 months, we had to expand and to move from home office to a bigger place. And
to meet the demand of all your clients coming in.
Because our house wasn't big enough.
Right.
So we moved to a place, and of course, in 1992, my husband established a Canadian College of Holistic Health. So we taught those courses of acupuncture, homeopathy, nutrition, and so many different certificate courses and diploma courses that we felt it's necessary to help people in this field to upgrade. So with them, I studied as well. I studied this course, and at the same time, I was helping my husband. So I got licensed in those techniques, and I helped my husband. Gradually, as time went by, I had the feel of this, the need of women to be healthy and beautiful. So we diverted a little bit to beauty and spa and women's health and all that, because I knew how I felt. As I was getting older, I wanted to be aware to how to maintain myself. At the same time, I wanted to help women, because if you feel comfortable with yourself, how you look, you can perform better in society. And as you know, women in this age, they are somehow not only equal, they're doing the housework, they're super women. They're
Superwomen, they're doing even more.
Yes. So and also they have the responsibility of nurturing the family, educating children, and taking care of many other things. So as we have this aspect taken care of, to make sure that we are healthy and we are energetic and we are beautiful, and we need that full confidence.
Yes.
That full confidence to combat all this ordeals in life.
Right.
At the same time, you know, the women in this society are equal, and they need to make money, and they need to have the look, the presentation, and also confidence.
Absolutely.
So I thought for myself, this is something I wanted to do for women, to make sure that they can afford it. So I made these services very affordable from the beginning. So, and everyone knows that in this place, money is not the issue. Of course, a little bit we need to cover our expenses.
Of course.
But I make sure that everyone who comes here, we look after them in a way that they don't feel money is an issue. I always tell them, like, if somebody, sometimes many of our clients who have been here and who have got our services and they didn't have money and they talk to me about their issues, I have given them even many times free services. But not to mention, we also have some costs. So we accommodate them to a limit that we have to cover our expense.
Yeah.
And many times, if I know that I have made up the cost of this month, like our month, I am more than happy to do extra services.
So that's very special.
Thank you.
That makes you very special as a businesswoman. So we talked about why and when you established this beautiful spa. What drives you as an entrepreneur?
First of all, it makes me so happy when I see people. I mean, of course, this is not only for women. This spa is for both men and women. We have no discrimination against men, but mostly our clients are women, because women spend more time and more money for how they look and how they feel, and they look after themselves a lot more than men. And I emphasize men also need to do that, because it's so important. When they come here, they talk to you, and women open their heart, and you know, it's like they become our friends, and they are like a part of our family. But men don't have that quality, unfortunately, and that's why they stress more and they keep inside and
they internalize.
They don't let it outside. So I encourage more and more gentlemen to come for these treatments, because it helps them to relax, and it's so good. We do all kinds of services as far as Botox, fillers, and injectables for the face, as well as we do by the way, we just opened our new surgical center at 11160 Yonge Street.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And as well, we have all kinds of spa services like massages, manicure, pedicure, facials, all different types.
A vast array of services for both men and women. And I was going to ask you, when the men come along and you say that they internalize, so they don't really share a lot like women, we're pretty good at talking about what's going on, in our minds. Do they share a lot with you when they come here?
Sometimes, yes, sometimes. Yeah. They do.
Okay.
They do talk to our estheticians. And also, most of our estheticians are very familiar with their clients. When they come in, they only ask for them. They become their therapist, and we are very familiar. Like, people tell us a lot about their life, and I try to give them my, positive side of everything, and sometimes it helps.
Yeah. So how long has the spa been around now? How many years?
The spa is 18 years, 19 years, but basically the spa started 22 years ago because it was holistic.
Yes.
We did massages, aromatherapy massages. Yes. We did sort of ear candling, which is very good for cleaning the...
What is ear candling? I've heard about it.
We used to do this a lot, and now it's not as fashion, but people should know about it, because anybody who gets a flu during the winter, or they get any kind of imbalance and they don't know what it is, they should first try the ear candling, because it actually allows you. It's a very old-fashioned native way of cleaning ear. It's a tradition that natives taught us, and So we used to I used to make those candles myself. It's very special because they're made with beeswax and cotton, and we put the ear candles in one side, and the clients lie down, and we massage this area with essential oils, and while the candle is burning, the candle with
It
absorbs all the wax in the ear. And it has to be a special kind of wax because sometimes you buy ear candles that has paraffin wax, and even if you burn the candle by itself, it can get lots of wax in it. But don't mistake, it has to be a beeswax, and it has to be, and sometimes we do, and there's no wax at all on one side, and the other side it's like this much or so much. But it had done amazing for myself. I did it 2-3 times many years ago, and believe me, so much things. And one day I came from the shower and I was drying my hair. I saw like a piece of something fell from my ear.
Are you kidding? It just came right out of your ear.
Yeah, it was like something like hard, like a stone, and it was old wax.
Wow.
So it came out.
That's a lot of buildup.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since then, I have no problem with my ear.
Since the ear candling?
Yes, many years ago, like maybe 12 years ago, I did that. But those are the small courses, short courses that we used to do for our practitioners, as well as we used to do those services in our clinic. And we used to do massage therapy, with essential oil, and I did detoxing and weight loss in the beginning, and we are still doing that in our clinic. So in the beginning with smaller services, and then gradually expanded to
What's the most
all
popular
services.
service requested from you?
The most popular service that we have is, believe it or not, is Botox.
Botox.
Injectables.
Okay. And describe to someone who's never heard of what that is. What's done to the face, or does it apply to different parts of the body? Or
most of the people that who come for Botox, I have a feeling that because of the controversial write-ups or misunderstanding, they don't know the value of the Botox.
Okay.
Botox can do really good. First of all, it's the best thing for migraine headache.
Really? I had no idea.
It's amazing.
Okay.
And instantly, you don't need any medication to take orally. You can actually do some Botox for migraine, and it goes away for the time being. And the most severe headaches goes away.
Wow.
With migraine.
So where would you apply the Botox for a migraine? Just around the
Depends
temples?
on what muscle. We could do this area around the temples. Okay. Even some people have migraine headache in this area.
Okay.
Or they have sometimes the muscle right in here. We do superficially, but affects it. Okay. Or sometimes at the back, starts from the back, we do a few.
Okay.
And also most of the time neurologists do it. I do it here for myself if I ever get a headache, but because I'm familiar. Another thing that we do with Botox is hyperhidrosis for people that who excessively sweat, and especially for summer, a lot of people they get it done. And if you have ever shaken hand with somebody who has sweaty hands, by doing the underarm injection of Botox to stop sweating, you actually stop sweating on the hands as well.
That's amazing. So migraines, excessive sweating, anything else?
And basically for getting rid of the wrinkle, the most popular service of the Botox is getting rid of the wrinkles. Somebody can come and look like really shriveled in this area. Complete, and also some part of the contouring, the face.
Face is just completely
yes.
transformed. And what does the Botox do? Does it relax the muscles, or does it hydrate the skin underneath?
Yes, we can actually manipulate the muscles with Botox in the forehead to make sure like we lift the eyebrow, or we get rid of this wrinkles, completely open the eyes. And people who have their eyelid is droopy, we can actually do a few units in here and makes it open. Basically, and also some people who have the side of their face is a little bit bigger. Or another service, another benefit that it has, people who clench their teeth.
They grind their teeth?
Yes, at night, they can get Botox, and it gets rid of it.
Really? It stops
yes,
it?
It stops
and is that a neurological issue? Like, they're not even conscious of the grinding, so it's the brain doing it while they're sleeping?
Some people are, yes, they do because of anxiety. Or anxiety could be caused by having sort of parasites in the body.
Oh, really?
Or it could be anxiety because of anxiety mental.
Okay.
Right. Now, how would you describe yourself? What are your inner qualities that make you
like
unique?
I'm like a soldier. We all are a soldier serving our family, serving our friends, serving our community, and do our best to fulfill our capacity to the fullest capacity of service for mankind.
Now, when I met you, I distinctly felt a spiritual connection. You're a very spiritual woman.
Thank you.
And I really like that about you. And when you're doing things, you're going about your business, do you always interject your spirituality before you make decisions? Do you always?
Of course, it's an inseparable part of me. Our spirit is the force of everything we do. I mean, we can't divide that because it's the most important aspect of you. It's whatever reflects in us, and whatever we do is our spirit. It's not our physics that will do it, really.
It's led by the spirit.
Yes, led by spirit.
What drives you as an entrepreneur?
One thing I definitely like to share with everybody is never take no for an answer.
So true.
And also do not listen to people who tell you, oh, this business is not good, doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
No matter what you decide, your soul drives you to do it and you really love to do it. You should just focus on success. Do not focus on people saying. A lot of people want to get you down and tell you, no, this is not good. If you listen to them, you can never do anything in life. Never.
That's true. You'll be paralyzed by fear.
Yes.
And you have to have that confidence.
One thing I never had was never had a fear.
You never had the fear.
Never have a fear.
And that's why you're so successful in what you do.
I fear nothing. I think fear is our worst enemy.
It is.
If you don't start, of course, everything has to be taken cautiously within your budget. And I don't think anybody has to go out of their way to spend money huge for a business. Business is like a child. You start from small, and you have to gradually walk and make it grow and healthy and prosperous.
And nurture that child.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't go borrow money. Start from small businesses. And we have a college as well. I do train aesthetics, and I tell my aesthetic students the same thing. And fortunately, as many as people who have spas in Toronto and are in the beauty industry, they've been my student.
Yeah. What is beauty to you?
First of all, beauty is within. Beauty, you have to feel the beauty, and also you have to have everything positive. And when you get up in the morning, you look at the sun, you look at the light, you look at another day that we have. You have to be grateful to that for that to God, and then that worshiping and having that light in you makes you beautiful from the beginning, from the beginning of the day. So, and the more love you have in you, the more attractive you become. Honestly, this is true. I honestly think that. And there's nothing that you could have a small nose, big nose, or there's nothing in beauty cosmetics as we cannot correct. And those are small issues is not something that you should be really worried about. It's from heart. The beauty is from
how you feel
heart.
about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful.
And I know you have the surgical clinic that you opened up. What other projects do you have coming up in the future?
Well, I'm actually not. I'm not in the age of expansion because I like to keep up with what we have. Definitely, we are planning to open a couple of other locations with some of our associates. So hopefully, this is in North York. We're gonna have a place open.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where can people find you?
We are on the internet. As soon as they type in Wellsprings Medical, they can find us.
That's a beautiful website, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very easy to maneuver.
Thank you very much. It's been a long time. We have to update it a bit.
So Wellsprings.
Medical.com.
Okay, and then the beautification you have here is, what's the address?
This is at 11685 Young Street, across the street from Tower Hill Plaza,
Okay, in Richmond Hill.
Richmond Hill.
Okay, and then the surgical clinic is where?
Is at 11160, just a few intersections south of here.
Okay.
On the west side.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to start my massage. We'll be right back.